Now, we've got the great Brian Tyler score leading us into this short film. You know, after the dark, scrolling intro, some beautiful scenery shots, I might add. And this is just some wonderful Icelandic, how should I say? Backdrop. And we catch up with the main character roaming the hill and countryside, the hillish and countryside. Very beautiful. There's a few nifty poses here too by the lead actor. There's a media montage cut with wildlife footage, I guess from more the winter or more the colder climate of the area. A lot of police state and corruption of government can be seen here. And there is something to be said here. Like when you see this movie, you do get that gist of there's a really deep message about humanity and what else is going on around the world right now. It kind of lends to that theorem of people, why people have been so asleep over time, and how we should really wake up and check out our surroundings, not just in the sense of what's around us, like not scenery, but I mean what's around us, hidden plans that are going on, like stuff we cannot see, the government, the government spying on us, the government trying to take control of us. The deepest fear is that humanity is kind of naive enough to say, oh, that cannot happen to us right now. But if you really look at it, history does repeat itself, as Rome burned and as Rome burns. So, after which we kick off into a monologue and sort of a narration that cuts back in, between the monologue type from the main character, like by the lead, who is he's an outcast of society, and he's embraced by nature, to spend out the rest of his days living off the land, and he is not at a loss of words at all when it comes to dissing out on the government's behalf. So we get this prime minister footage who gives a speech that feels more like terrorists against terrorism than anything else. And, we move into Act 2, from Storm to the Protector, sitting on a hilltop area. A lot of this is in Icelandic. Like, from what I gather, like a lot of Icelandic tone, a lot of Icelandic slang, and terminology. So it was a bit hard to catch at times. There's a lot of flashes to situations in the Middle East, and some of these images I've seen here are from Secret Space. I think maybe WikiLeaks too. But, amazing film series, Secret Space. So some of this is really, really hard to watch. And, check out the Secret Space trilogy, because it's nothing like you've ever seen before. Trust me, it's just wow. It will really hit you. Your jaw will drop. So it's kind of like a tell-all, in a sense, Rambo Akbar. We get this awesome bit where he sharpens a meat cleaver with his belt, and he's got this wicked-ass belt buckle, seeming to represent. And, he acts out some combat poses, and he chops up a melon on a rock. And I don't know if that melon is supposed to be symbolic of human or animal. I know it's definitely symbolic of something. I just couldn't pick up on it. But there's some awesome sound effects in there. So he chops up the melon on a rock, and we get a lot of hidden cam murder footage, you know, from like otherworldly sources. None of which, like I mentioned before, is easy to watch. You know, a lot of this is definitely not for the squeamish. It's pretty hard on the eyes. So Act 3. It seems like our hero is being hunted by dog, and back into, you know, he's being hunted pretty much back into or near town, or maybe goes off again on the outskirts. You know, like, I can see what they were trying to do with this, and I do implore them, you know, like, it's hard to get any type of movie made or off the ground. So I really do congratulate them on this, and they really did do a good job. You know, so our main man crosses a waterfall and escapes the dog, and he moves on Riverside or off Riverside. You know, he travels on, and he then makes a bomb out of some sort of round structure, and he ties it to a rope, and he puts it around his head, tosses it off and down the mountain, presumably towards something, perhaps the enemy maybe. So, kaboo boom, roll credits to some Icelandic music, or it might be Middle East music, and we get a shot of the cleaver and mashed melon, and, you know, starring Ivar Iceman Andersar, and directed by Liam Scully. You can find it on his YouTube page, so go check it out. It's pretty good, you know, for what they had to work with. And I'll put a link in the description. The movie synopsis kind of gives off a different feel than what you're watching, you know, or when you're watching it. Like, a lot of the deeper original you know, synopsis or symbolism of this movie, you don't really see. It's almost like the synopsis serves a dual purpose. You know, it's almost like the description is a prequel to the movie, in a way. And, you know, like, going from that prequel point to going into the actual film, the camera actually, in my opinion, serves as the person opposed, like the opposite person. The friend warned not to become the friend, but becomes the friend and joins him on this journey. Maybe it's just me, or maybe they, you know. Either way, it was pretty awesome. It was pretty awesome. So go check it out. You know, any way you want to do it, it's pretty neat. It is pretty neat. Most of the Rambo references are weird ones, a bit. You know, like the Teasel reference, played by Karlin Kobruski. Like, I don't really know who Teasel was in the movie. Was he the dog? Was that who Rambo Akbar killed with the shot put bomb at the end? You know, Liam, if you're out there, call me. I would love to hear you know, your creative input on this awesome looking awesome piece. Yeah, so like a lot of the deeper originic, you know, symbolism in this movie, it's two-sided. It's very synopsis driven. It almost makes me wonder if there is a prequel to this movie, like if they made this movie and then made it off of another idea, you know, like maybe they didn't get to film the first part, but they filmed this part. Anyway, it just kind of feels a little bit like that. I'll put a link below. Check it out and tell me what you think about it. You know, if you have an opinion, I would really love to hear it. So go check it out. Yeah, anyway, it's pretty neat. And it says in the credits that the score is by Jerry Goldsmith from First Blood, but it's clearly the Brian Tyler one. So maybe they just got that wrong. I'm gonna try to send an extended invitation to Liam Scully and try to maybe talk to him about his movie here, because it's very simple. You know, upon first glance, it doesn't. It comes across differently, but there are so many deeper levels to this, and so many deeper messages hidden within itself, that it's really an important short film to check out and to watch for everyone, especially a Rambo fan. There's just something said here. You know, it's not long. It's only 16 minutes, so it's worth it. A lot of the best movies are the ones with hidden messages inside them that really make you think, and make you think later on. You know, like maybe a few hours, a few days, maybe even a few weeks after you watch it. I'm a firm believer in that. It's like that splinter in your mind that just that makes you form your own opinions, or not makes you form your own opinions, but plants the seed of idealism in your brain, and maybe that in the future will change your views, and maybe because of that the world will become a better place for you and for everyone else around. The butterfly effect, you never know. So yeah, not exactly a Rambo prequel or reboot per se, but it's still in there, and I'm glad we ended up returning to this subject to go over it in its entirety. And we'll be back right after this with more things prequel, so please stay tuned. And thank you so much for watching.